Hey everyone, welcome back to Collecting Nolan. This is Russ, and this is another episode of Sensational Set Sunday. And today we're going to be talking about the 1992 Star Gold set. So let's go ahead and get started. So the Gold set is another set within the Star collection for 1992, and there's a bunch of them. And I'll be slowly going through all of them eventually. I don't want to go through them all in a row just because it can get kind of mundane and stuff like that. So I try to sprinkle them throughout the Sensational Set Sunday series. So this is going to be, I think, the second set for 1992 that we talked about. The last one we talked about was the Star Nova set. So the 1992 Star Gold set is actually composed of 108 cards. And basically it's separated by, and there's a number of players that each have 9 cards. So besides Nolan, there's also 9 cards for Don Mattingly, Dave Justice, Jose Canseco, Will Clark, Bo Jackson, Ryan Sandberg, Cal Ripken Jr., Frank Thomas, Ken Griffey Jr., Steve Avery, and Darryl Strawberry. So each of those guys have 9 cards within the 108 card set, and each of these sets were print off, and there's only 750 copies of each set. On top of these regular cards, there's also a promo card for each player. I do not have the promo card for Nolan, but I will show it at the end. And those have, I think, a limited run of 100, if I'm not mistaken. So again, here's the Star, and it's got a nice gold foil to it, so it's kind of like Stadium Club almost at the time, where it had kind of its foil group lettering in there. There's the back. A little bit more gold to it. So that has its pro stats from 1965 to 1971. And Nolan runs cards 37 through 45. And I think it uses the same back picture for each one. So that's the first card. Here's the second card. So that's a cool shot of Nolan throwing a fastball there. And these are all, I think they're all when he was with the Rangers, I believe. Actually, no, there's one in here that has him with the Astros, but most of them are him with the Rangers. And there's the back. So pro stats from 1972 to 1981. For our third card, still playing around with the lights. I need to just get a professional light, I think. But I just like the gold foil on the front of these cards. I think it's really cool. And then again, their photography is pretty awesome. You don't see too many cards that have these pictures on them. I don't think there's any that has this picture on it, actually. And here's the back. So this has his pro stats from 1982 to 1991, because you need 3 cards to cover all of his pro stats because he played so long. But I like the Star sets just because they bring something completely different to the table when it comes to Nolan. Here's another pretty cool stare down from Nolan. I don't really know. I can only imagine. I'm pretty sure that wasn't a posed photograph. It's kind of interesting to even think what he could be. What situation was that where they caught him like that? I don't know. And in the back here has his post-season stats. And then here is, I think, the 5th card. It's a nice one of him throwing with his hyperextension, good separation there, a really extended spine, and just contorted in a way that makes it possible to throw in the upper 90s to 100 miles an hour. So, but there's so many different star sets. There's a ton of them. And I think some of them use the exact same photos. So we'll see how much I get into them. If they start using the same photos, then I might show multiples at a time just to show the different borders and stuff like that. But we'll see. And here's the strikeout. So just talks about a couple years where he had 203 strikeouts and how he broke Koufax's record, and when he recorded his 5,500th strikeout by fanning Seattle's Tino Martinez. So that was a big one. And it says that he has fanned 1,145 different batters in his career at this time. So it was probably more when he retired, but still 1,145 different batters. That's kind of crazy. All right. Next card. There's one. This fastball is just a blur. I love those ones when they capture that ball in the air and it has it as a blur and he's like in focus. I love those types of photos there. I think that's really awesome. It makes you, I don't know too much about like baseball photography. Like I know in the old days, like when Charles Conlon was when Charles Conlon was taking photos back in like the teens, the 1900s. That the photographers were actually like right there on the sidelines. I know some of them stand in the dugout and take pictures, but where the heck was someone standing to capture that photo? Like it just makes you wonder. Like I don't know if they have. If they just use really powerful zoom lenses or something like that. I doubt that, but if someone knows about this kind of stuff, that would be cool to learn about. Because obviously they don't stand on the sidelines anymore. Here's the back. And it talks about his various victories. Let's take a look at this one. His 12 wins were the most for a pitcher. Okay, so this was the same back as like the previous star one where it talks about how old they were when they had the most wins. So, sometimes they use the exact same stats and they change the borders and probably sometimes the pictures, I guess. Here's the next to last one. But really cool cards. And it's kind of different too. Like the border isn't going the whole way around the card. It's only on the top and bottom. So that's kind of different. So unconventional there as far as baseball cards. There's his career info. And then down here, you can see it says like 1 out of 750 sets. So that's pretty cool. And then here's the only one where he's an Astro, and he's not in his rainbow Astro one, but he's got the stripes on the shoulders. That's pretty cool. And on this one, it talks about the 300 game winners. So, of course, you got Cy Young at the top of Walter Johnson, Chrissy Matheson, Grover Alexander, Warren Spahn, Kid Nicholas, Pud Glavine, Tim Keefe, Steve Carlton, John Clarkson, Don Sutton, Phil Niekro, Gaylord Perry, and then Nolan Ryan. So what is that? That's 3, 7. He's like number 15th on the all-time list there. So that is the end of the this 1992 Star Gold Edition set. So basically, Don Mattingly's the first 9 cards in the set, and then Darryl Strawberry ends the set with the last 9 cards. So Nolan's right in between, like right in the middle, and he's bracketed by. I think he'd be bracketed by 18, 27 by Will Clark and Bo Jackson. So, but just a cool set in general. But that's all I got for you for the Sensational Set Sunday today. So let me know what you guys think about the 92 Star Gold Edition. Have you ever seen it? It's not. I don't want to say it's rare, but with it being only a 750 print run, that's not a lot, considering it is in the junk wax era. 750 was quite a low number of population, so maybe a lot of people haven't seen that set yet. I think I did buy it as a whole set, and it wasn't expensive. I think I paid probably around $40, but I can't be too sure on that because it's been a while. But it's not hard to get, but at the same time, they're not always popping up on eBay. Every once in a while they do. So I like it, but it's just one of the many sets that Star delivered. So please tell me what you think, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Thanks. Bye.